Hello, welcome to the Happy Hippie Intuitive. This is Nina and I'm here to do your weekly reading. So this reading is going to be from the 4th to the 10th of July 2022. I hope you're all doing well, but before we jump into the reading itself, I want to remind you that these readings are general, so you must take what resonates and leave the rest. I'll link all the cards I use below in the description box along with timestamps, so you quick and easy can jump straight to your reading once you've made your pick. Now, you have 3 decks to choose from. Now, on number 1, we have the Slow Tarot. On number 2, we have the Tarot of the Divine. And on number 3, we have the Anima Mundi Tarot. You also have 3 different objects. On number 1, there's a butterfly. Number 2, there's a ribbon. And on number 3, there's a flower. So, sink into your intuition. Ask your angels and guides to guide you to pick either number 1, 2, or 3. Pause the video if you need more time, and I'll be back in a moment, and I'll start with number 1. Removing number 3 and number 2. Okay, number 1. So if you pick this deck and the butterfly, then this is the reading for you. We will pick 6 cards as we always do in the weekly to begin with, and then we have some other cards that we're going to use for clarification. I hope you are all doing well, that you're maneuvering the energies to the best of your ability, number 1. Now, all the decks that I'm using today, all these 3 decks that I'm using today are actually made out of a formal canvas, so they are very sturdy, very they can take a lot of beating. So they're quite good decks, these ones. Just wanted to point that out. Okay, so let's see what kind of energies you might bump up against this coming week, number 1. Let's pull 6 cards for you. Okay, the Hierophant. Temperance. Judgment. Wow. 4 of Coins. Two of Cups. And the Tower. Underneath the deck, 6 of Coins. Okay, so these cards can be read in many ways, so I just have to start in one direction here and kind of convey what I'm hearing. So for some of you, this 4 of Coins, I mean, the 4 of Coins is very often where we're holding on for dear life to something. It can be about holding on and the need for releasing, or it can be a message of hold on, don't release right now. But for me, since it's coming underneath the Hierophant, for some of you I'm hearing, this is not for all of you, but for some of you I'm hearing holding on to old belief system. Okay, so there might be an old belief system of a religion or of something spiritual, since it is the Hierophant. So there might be that you have grown up in a certain environment with a certain belief system, and that's kind of sticking a little bit, and you are having some issues about removing or moving yourself away from that old way of belief system. So that might be for some of you. Okay. Now in the middle I see Temperance and the 2 of Cups. So the 2 of Cups is of course partnership in any way, shape or form. Very often regarding love, but it's a loving relation. So it can be friendship, it can be a loving, relationship with family member. You take that as it resonates, or a love relationship. And it comes together with the Temperance. And the Temperance is about balance and it's about healing. So I would say that either for some of you, this is a message that there will be balance in a relationship now, or this is an invitation to step into the balance, step into the give and take more to make sure that the balance is correct. And for others of you, this might be healing of a relationship. Now, in the end here, you have the Judgment and you have the Tower. Okay. The Tower, of course, is where we get rattled. It's something that comes out of the blue that we didn't see coming. And it's also very often either an epiphany or it can be something that rattles us and kind of pushes us outside of the comfort zone. It comes together with the Judgment card. And of course, the Judgment card can mean, as the word says, someone is judging you or you are judging someone. But in the original tarot, you will see an angel that comes down with an information for the masses. It's kind of Archangel Gabriel coming down with the message for the masses. It's kind of also the card of, in the old-fashioned belief system, where God comes down and he judges people. But of course, the God that I believe in doesn't judge. So for me, that doesn't really resonate. But what does resonate is the Archangel Gabriel, or spirit in any way, shape, or form, comes down with a message. Now, these two cards together can mean that spirit is giving you a message that kind of rattles something up, or it can be that they are doing something in your life to put you on a better track, okay? They might be rattling something up that's in need of leaving your world, okay? So that might be also what's happening here. You also got the 6 of coins, which is also about balancing, give and take. And underneath I see the 10 of cups, which is beautiful. So there's a card of balance here. There's a card of balance here. And also the 2 of cups can be about balance. And also, as I said, the 4 of cups is very often about when should I hold on, when should I pull back, you know, when should I release. So there is a lot of cards that's regarding balance in this reading, is what I feel. Now, it is also a lot of major arcana here, okay? You have 4 major arcana cards here in this little reading. So for me, that tells me that this is something that is kind of life-changing or kind of important in your life. It's not just something that's gonna blow over in an instant, okay? So whatever it is that's rattling your world right now, whatever it is that's shifting in your world right now, I feel like it's kind of a big deal, okay? But for me, I feel like there might be several things going on at once here, okay? I have a feeling that you are being invited to maybe look at your own belief system a little bit, whether it be regarding your spiritual growth, or whether it be how you view the world, or how you view what's going on in your world, okay? So I have a feeling that they're trying you to invite you to maybe let go of some old belief systems now. And I also, at the same time, have a feeling that this is also this week regarding healing a relationship, healing the communication between 2 people, healing the way they communicate and the way they look upon each other. Because it is very much about giving and receiving, which is the 6 of coins is very much about giving and receiving. Not just money, you know, or health, but energy. You know, how much do you put into something and how much do you get back? So I feel like the invitation is to look at this yourself. And also it might be that spirit will rock something a little bit in your world to wake you up. So it's kind of an epiphany. It's kind of where you have to maybe judge something from your own perspective. Maybe you have to say yes or no. Maybe they're trying to get you to view something thoroughly and make a decision about something. So something might be shook up a little bit in order to make you make that decision. That decision might have something to do with your view system, or it might have something to do with a relationship. That's kind of how I read these cards, okay? So let us see, where do we want to go when it comes to oracle cards today? Let me see what I can, where I feel like I'm being guided today. Let's see what I have here on my table next to me and what they want me to use today. Okay, that one. Okay, I'm doing as I'm told. So they want me to use the Shaman Stream Oracle today. So let us just open that up and see what they want to convey from that deck today. Okay, Spirit, what do you have for number 1 today? What do you want to tell them? What additional information do you have for them today, please? Okay, so let's pull some cards. Mindful, groupthink. Aha, okay, yeah. And this makes very much sense with these cards over here, that there might be a grouping, or, you know, it might be religious, of course, and it might be spiritual, I don't know, or the grouping might be that you were part of some sort of group or community before, or still am, and they have their own mindset, you know. It's like, I feel like this is something that, I mean, this is of course your choice if you want to stay in that, and if you still believe in that way, then that's your choice. But my initial feeling here is that they're inviting you to move away from that group thinking. They're inviting you to look outside the box when it comes to the way these old systems have been viewing things, okay? It can be an old community of spiritual people, as I said. It can also be an old community as in a school or in a workplace. You know, there's something about thinking, stepping outside of it now and looking at things from a different perspective, okay? Don't get yourself dragged into the group way of thinking because maybe you're afraid of looking differently or stepping outside the box, or people are going to judge you or stuff like that. That might also be where the judgment card comes up, because you might be afraid that you're going to get judged if you step outside of this. But I do believe that that's kind of what Spirit is inviting you to do, though. So I just have to convey what I get here, number 1. Feast of plenty, choices and their consequences. Yeah, and that's exactly kind of what I was talking about right now. So it can be choices, as I said, regarding stepping outside a group, or it can also be choices regarding a relationship here. So you have to take this as it resonates with you, number 1, okay? Underneath the deck, upside down today, Root Girl, the disowned self, okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, so okay, thank you, Spirit. Because what I'm hearing now is that you have kind of moved away from what your inner being and an inner child, if you will, believes. I mean, the child from childhood believes one thing, yes, but I'm talking about the inner child, being the soul, being the joyful part of the soul, the young part, if you will, of the soul space. I feel like you kind of moved away from that. You are not in connection with it right now, and that's kind of where they're inviting you to kind of check back in with that, so that you make the decisions that are best for you, the true you. Okay, whether it be this group or whether it be a relationship, that you will have to kind of consider yourself. But yeah, you check in with your original intuitive feeling is what I would say. Okay, these are many, but should I take? Okay, yeah, they're saying take all of them, so then I will. Change. Yeah. As with the falling leaves, embrace the change. Yeah, they're asking you to do this change now, number 1. Okay. Share. The busy bee should still make time for each flower. Okay. So this experience that you have had regarding whatever this is, maybe you should share that experience with someone. Maybe someone else would benefit from learning what you have learned. Listen, be alert. The soft chiming bells call to nearby fairies. Yeah, for me, that's listen to your inner self, as I said, and also listen to Spirit here, because I do believe that they're trying to show you the way, so that you make the choice that was the best for you, so that you gain that balance. Underneath, hidden depths. You only see the surface, look beyond. Yeah. So there is something to be discovered here, number 1, I must say. And I feel like this is a potential for huge learning, also for huge growth. It can be huge spiritual growth or huge growth within a relationship, or maybe also in a relationship with spirit. This entire reading can also be your relationship with spirit, okay? Since the Hierophant and the Judgment card comes up. So you take this as it resonates with you. But there are some choices to be made, and I do feel like they're very much encouraging you to find that balance, and to let go. If there's something that no longer serves you, you shouldn't hold on to it anymore, okay? You should be bold enough to let it go. Ask people for help if you need it. Don't be afraid to ask, and ask the angels or the spirit of angels to help you with this. Your spirit guides, your ancestors. Ask them to come and help you with this. You don't have to do this alone, okay? Well, that was pretty much all I had for this week. Number one, I hope this made sense, and I hope you liked the reading. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you haven't, and click the bell so you get notified every time I upload. I wish you the very best moving into this week, number one, and until the next time I see you. Bye. Okay, number two, if you pick this deck with this ribbon, then this is the reading for you. We will pick 6 cards as we always do in the weekly. The cards I've chosen today are actually made out of kind of a canvas instead of paper. So they are really sturdy and good and can take a beating. So they're really good cards. So all 3 decks today have that kind of fabric. So that's why I chose them together today. So, okay, number 2. So let's see. Oh, there was one that just popped out, so we'll have to take it. That was 8 of coins. Yeah, so let's see what energies you might bump up against. Sorry. That you might bump up against this coming week. So, 8 of coins, the world. Okie dokie. King of Wands. King of Coins, Ace of Swords, and Ace of Cups. Wow. Now this is starting out pretty good here, number 2, I must say. Let's look underneath. Justice. Okay. Okay, now the 8 of coins. 8 of coins is where we are working hard. We are the skilled worker. We are putting one foot in front of the other, and we just keep on working. It comes together with the King of Coins here, so I would say with that it's a potential for some rewards from the hard work that you've been doing. Of course, coins can be money, and it can also be recognition. It can be health also. It's the ground element, so it's kind of the ground pillars of our life. So for me, it looks like whatever it is that you're doing, that is going to bear fruit. You also have the world, so that might be the world is your oyster. It might be traveling in the world. It might also be, coming full circle and ending an old chapter, stepping into something new. Ace of Swords can be new ideas, seeing things clearly, and also clear vision. King of Wands, good leader and someone who is passionate. And Ace of Cups is, of course, a gift of love coming from the universe. And the Justice is, of course, where you get information from the universe. It can also be, of course, justice as in legal system. You have it above the 3 of Cups, which is celebration. So it's a good positive justice card, I must say. So all in all, my feeling about this is that whatever it is that you're working on will bear fruit. There might, however, be something that will come more clear in this coming week. And that might actually put you in a situation where you close off an old chapter and step into something new. I do, however, feel that is positive, though. I don't think it has to be negative. But let me double check with another deck here. The Radiant Wise, I do believe it's called. No, the Radiant Rider-Waite, it is. So let's see if there is some additional information regarding that Ace of Swords coming up. What information can that be regarding the Ace of Swords? Some clarification, please, Spirit. Okay. So this might also, for some of you, be your spiritual path, since the Hermit card comes up. So it could be some epiphanies, some new information regarding your spiritual connection or spiritual path. Okay, so this entire reading could be about your spiritual growth and your work within that. Some of you might actually be working also with reading cards or healing or mediumship or whatever spiritual kind of path. So that might be for some of you as well. And if that's your case, I would say that whatever you're doing what you're supposed to do. And this is kind of your message saying that, yes, stay on this path. You're doing what the correct thing here. They're kind of supporting you in that. And you have the King of Wands, which is a good leader. And you have the Ace of Cups, which is love and abundance, overflow, and also gifts from the universe. So I would say that whatever it is that you're doing here, you're definitely on the right path. Okay, let me get one on the world here. Okay, so my Five of Wands. So for some of you, there might have been some, or will be some disagreements. So there might be something that you want done a certain way and others want it done another way. So it might be time for you to close off something. And it might be a project, or it might be some persons that has been part of this project that you feel like, I think it's better that we do different things now because this isn't working out. So that might also be for some of you here. Okay, I want one more card just to clarify that. Okay, so it's about okay, it could be about dividing asset. It could be about dividing who gets what, kind of, okay? So for some of you, this might be work, regarding your paycheck, or it could also be regarding heritage. It can be regarding in a relationship, who pays for what. Those kind of energies is what I feel. But it's not a big quarrel. It's just a quarrel. It's not a big deal. It's a little dispute. It's not the swords. It is the wands. And it is about finding the balance in something. So there might be something that you just need to close off a chapter. Maybe it's just a good talk that's needed in this situation. Take that as it resonates with you, number 2. Okay. Let's pull some oracle cards as well for you guys this week. See what Spirit has to tell you. I'm using the Shaman. What's it called again? The Shaman's Dream. Yeah, Shaman's Dream Oracle. So let's look at it. Oh, one that just popped on out. Dances on one foot, balancing act. Yeah, the balance. So there is, I feel like there's a need of balance. And that was very much about the theme of the first reading as well. So there might be something in that reading for you if you want to jump back and have a look at that. So something is in need of balancing, okay? So there might be energy in and out, how much you give out and how much you get back. That's in need of balance. But all in all, I do feel like the underlying energy here is very positive. Okay, so I don't feel like it's a big thing. I feel like this is going to be resolved quite easily. You of course need to work on it, but I don't think it's going to be difficult to find that balance now. Okay, one more card. Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation. Yeah. So this might, be a little hinder in the way and feel stagnant, feel like you're, head, what do you say? Banging your head against the wall kind of feeling where there's somebody that doesn't understand you all the way. So that might need a good talking through or making some decisions. It might also, in extreme cases, of course, mean that you need to cut somebody away, but of course that's up to you to decide. But with the Hermit, I would say that there's some new information coming from Spirit that can gain you in this situation, that can help you in this situation. Underneath, adaptability. Okay, Woodwives. So adapting to a new situation, maybe, okay? After you have kind of closed off this, whatever it is, there might be some adapting needed before you move on. So take your time then with the Hermit here to kind of balance that out before you move on, is what I would say. Okay, so feel it through and be done with it before you move on. Okay, so let's see here. Ooh, that was a bit too much here. Can't take 15 cards. That's a bit much. Okay, so let's see what these little Secret Garden cards have to tell you, number 2, as an ending of this weekly reading. Retreat. Never underestimate the healing power of a quiet moment. Yeah, and that's what they're saying with the Hermit here as well. So there might be the need for a little bit more retreat. And as I said, after this, you definitely need to take some time. But there might be a retreat in general as well as in, you know, book a retreat, you know, go away. So that might be an invitation as well. And since the World card came up, that might actually be traveling some other place in the world for a retreat. So that might be something as well for you guys, okay? Let's see. Courage. When picking roses, don't fear the thorns. Yeah. So whatever the situation or dispute might be, don't be afraid to go into it. You know, have the courage to take up that conversation and to be, you know, to be honest and to say what you want and say how you want it. You know, this is your word, your work. You've been working hard on it. This is your travel, your journey, whatever this is for you. So you must, you know, be honest about how you want things to be. Okay. Underneath you have move. A rolling stone gathers no moss. Yeah, so there's some energy that you need to move out of, okay? And finding the balance, as they're saying here, moving out of that stagnation, as they mentioned earlier. But all in all, as I said, underneath all these cards is a very positive energy. You have 2 kings and 2 aces here. You have the World card, okay? You have the Justice card here. So that might also be that justice will come in your favor. It will tip in your favor. There's ground for celebration here, okay? But there is something that you just need to address it. You just need to kind of put it out there and be honest, talk about it, right? Have the courage to be honest about it. And of course, check in with your soul space, with your higher self. And whenever you do, especially when you're having a heart-to-heart conversation with someone, check in with spirit or your higher self also before you have that conversation, so that you get help in wording whatever it is that you need the right way. Okay, so you might ask for help with that as well. And maybe there's, as I said, there's a retreat for you guys, or maybe you make the space and make your own retreat here so that you can recuperate and integrate and then move on from there. Okay. So that's pretty much all I had for you, number 2. I hope this made sense. I hope you liked the reading. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you haven't, and click the bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. And share my videos if you feel like somebody else might benefit from it. If you are interested in ascension process or awakening process, I have another channel called Pure Light Awakening, and that's also linked in the description box below. Feel free to jump on over there and check out the content. Okay, number 2, wishing you the very best for this week. Until the next time I see you. Bye. Okay, number 3, so if you picked this deck and you picked this flower, then this is a reading for you. We will pick 6 cards as we always do in the weekly. Now the cards I'm using today, all the 3 decks that I'm using today are made out of a canvasy kind of paper. So it's really sturdy and really can take a beating. So those are really good decks to use. And I only have 3 decks that's made out of that. At least only 3 tarot decks that's made out of that fabric. So I really, really love those decks. Anyways, okay, so let's get to it, number 3. Let's see what kind of energies that you might pop up against this coming week. What might be coming your way? Let's look at it. Strength. Four of Cups. Wow, the Magician. Five of Swords. Six of Swords. The Hangman. Underneath, King of Pentacles. I was guided to look underneath there. Four of Pentacles. Okay, yeah. Okay. Now, the feeling I had when I saw these cards over here was that you have gone through something heavy, some sort of dispute or some sort of mini war, or yeah, gone through something quite severe here, and you have been strong throughout all of it. You have been standing strong in your strength, is what I feel here. And if you don't feel that, then this is a message from them saying that you do have the strength, okay? Now, there is a Four of Cups here, and that's, you know, being reluctant to accept something or not seeing an offer that's coming towards you, or maybe holding back your energy a little bit. And the Six of Swords is when we are moving away from something old and moving over to better shores. You have the Magician and the Hanged Man here. So for me, that tells me that you have gained a new perspective on something, and that you have chosen to manifest something different now. The King of Pentacles is someone who is very grounded, and he's kind of content in his own skin, and he has all the stuff that he needs kind of in the world. But underneath you have the Four of Pentacles, and that's about holding back or holding on to something. So let me just check in with Spirit. Okay, now I have a feeling of release in this entire reading, okay? I don't feel like you are holding back. I think what they're saying with that card is that you held back long enough. You held on to this person or this situation long enough, and it was wise of you to let go, okay? If you're still in the situation, my advice would be to feel into where you truly want to be. And if that doesn't resonate, if this situation or this person doesn't resonate, then it's time to let go. So that's my invitation to you. But this is your decision if you're still in it. But I feel for the majority of you that you have already let go, and you have already put this situation in your past. Okay? You have boldly stepped into your own power, is what I feel with the Strength card here. And you have said no more. Okay? I will not let myself be treated this way. I will not let you hurt me anymore. I'm done. Okay? So I feel like the majority of you have done that already. And if you haven't, I feel like this is an invitation to do so. But again, it's your life, your decision. And so this is where you are not taking it anymore. You're not, there might be that this person or this situation or energy is still trying to get you on board, is still trying to offer you, but please come on down this road here, you know, don't go. But you're saying, you know what, I don't even want to see it. I don't even want to hear it, okay? Because I am moving on now. You know, the Six of Swords. I am moving away from this energy that no longer serves me, and I am saying, you know what, I'm done. And I am creating my own happiness, because I see you now. I see you. I see this situation for what it is. I see this energy for what it is. I have gained a new perspective on this. And I choose to use my own tools, my own strength, my own magic abilities to draw towards me the abundance that I want in my life, the happiness that I want in my life. I am choosing to become the King of Pentacles. I'm done holding on. I'm done holding on to this energy here. This is where I want to go. Okay. So that's kind of what I feel. But let us do some more tarot from the Radiant Right Away Tarot. Can you give us some more information about this situation, Spirit? Okay, 2 just popped out. Let's look. King of Pentacles again. Wow. Oh, beautiful. And the 5 of Wands. Yeah. There's been a dispute here for sure. Okay. Any other advice for number 3 now, Spirit? Wow, the 5 of Swords pops up again. Okay, so with that, I feel like they're telling you that you couldn't have done anything different, okay? If it was you that hurt the other person, or if you was the one that got hurt, or maybe both got hurt, or all of you got hurt, you know, whatever situation, you couldn't have done anything different, okay? Underneath, I was told to look. Oh, the star. They have heard your prayers. Yeah, just keep on doing, keep on moving, keep on working and building your life. They have heard your prayers, and your prayers are being answered in due time, is what they're telling you with that card. And you made the right decision here. You could not have done anything different. I mean, look at this. 2 5 of Swords and 1 5 of Wands here. So the fight was real, for sure. And you moving away, that's the best thing you could have done for you, okay? Don't question it. Oh, one just popped on out right away. Moving out of stagnation. Wow, yeah. So that's what you've done, because it was keeping you back. It was holding you back. You know, it was stagnant. You couldn't move anywhere in this relationship or in this energy. If it is a person, or if it's work, or if it's whatever energy that this was for you, it was like hitting your head against the wall, right? You couldn't move. It was like, yeah, it didn't go anywhere. So you did most definitely do the right decision. And as I said earlier, if you're still there, I don't think this is the place you want to be. Okay, I think it's time to move away. So let's look at another card here. Closing door. Wow, completion. Yeah, close the door to the past here. Closing the door to whatever this was for you. It's not for you, okay? This is not the energy you want to stay in. Underneath, repairing the veil, forgiveness. Yeah. So for some of you, it might be an invitation to forgive the light in that person. You know, you don't have to forgive the situation or what they did, but you can forgive as an understanding that that person as a higher self, as a light being, you know, just did what you guys have on a higher level have agreed to do. So in that sense, there is no need for forgiveness because there's nothing to forgive. But the human part might need that that energy of forgiveness, and also forgiving yourself, because if you were the one who hurt the other person, please forgive yourself, because you did what you thought was best for you, okay? And also the other person, of course, did what they thought was best for them. It always is that way, even though we can't see it. So that's a big thing as well. Anyway, so I want to, in the end here, pull some Secret Garden cards for you guys to end up this reading. I feel a lot of love from Spirit to you, number 3, I must say. A lot of support for you, okay? So if you haven't been feeling that yourself, then open up to receive, because I feel like there's a lot of support for you waiting for you here, okay? Let's see. Share. The busy bee should still make time for each flower, okay? So maybe your experience should be shared with someone. Maybe you can share it with Spirit, or maybe you can share it with a good friend or with a family member. Or maybe this is something that you can use later in life to share to help someone else, okay? Move. A rolling stone gathers no moss. Time to move away. Yeah, I think this also came up. These two also came up in the past reading number 2. So there might be some messages in there for you if you want to jump over there and have a look. I want to pull one more card for you, number 3. Wildflower. Live an uncontrolled life, free to grow anywhere and bound by nothing. Do we need to read that again, number 3? Bound by nothing. Okay? You're not supposed to stay in the situation that keeps you bound down or keeps you holding you back, putting you in a state of stagnation, right? That's just not the way things work. Underneath this deck, grow. All flowers must grow through dirt. So this might also be a huge potential for you for growth in spirituality or as a person or whatever it is that you feel like you want to grow into. If you get rid of this energy here, and get rid of, I don't mean just, moving away from the emotional part, because you need to feel it through. Don't ever try to run away from your emotions, because your emotions are always right. They're always the truth. Your emotions are just expressing what is happening in your life, your truth in your life. So feel it through. So that's not what I mean when I say kind of leave things behind here. You have to feel it through. But once you have done that, and once that has gone through your physical form and you invite new light in, there is a huge potential for growth in this week, is what I feel, number 3. Okay? So you're closing off the door to that old chapter. And there's a huge light, I feel like the one door is being shut, and then behind a new door is this new light coming into you. So invite spirit in to help you here if you need to, or talk to a friend or talk to a therapist or whatever it is that you feel that you need to help you, because you don't have to do this alone either, number 3. Okay, just to have that said. Well, I hope this makes sense. I hope you liked the reading. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. If you are interested in ascension work or awakening process, hop on over to my other channel linked in the description box. It's called Pure Light Awakening, where we talk about those kind of things. You have all my love, number 3, for whatever it is that you're going through. Until the next time I see you. Bye.